For me, Harvest Hampers is about trying to support local farms and build a food culture in the Hawkesbury. Farms like this are a good example. There's a lot of different sort of things around. When a farmer comes across a crop that he might find interesting or he thinks is great, we can put it into the hamper with a bunch of other fruit and vegetables that people normally eat. And if it takes off, then the community supports that produce being made and being distributed around the Hawkesbury for us, and it becomes an asset to the community, I think. Okay, so here we have our boxes that we pack up and deliver every week. Each vegetable has a story, you know, and each one is quite unique. We can tell you where the farmer was, what he was thinking, what his ideas were, and we find people love that, to find the story behind it.
So what are you munching on now, Aaron?
A radish I just grew. Nothing like eating your own produce.
What would you use kale for?
Kale is considered like a superfood. It's very good. It has as much proteins as a steak. So you can actually cook kale instead of cooking a steak if you are...
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's important to let people know, give them a connection to their food. That's basically what we're trying to do as much as well, whether it's by video or social media or newsletter. People need to be aware of what's in season, what's possible and what's not possible. If we really want to get our food system back in our hands, then these are boxes that we deliver in. They're all second-hand crates for, you know, excess from industrial area close by in Windsor. And then for the smaller
we have the
deliveries,
bags, and the bags are made out of old curtains that people don't use.
This is about people. It's about showing people where their food comes from, and stakeholder engagement, really. We want people to have a vested interest in their local farms because they are an asset to the community.
And also I liked in your last hamper you had the bag of unloved oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another aspect that really needs to be embraced. You know, the amount of food that goes to waste is appalling, really. You know.
And it doesn't make sense. It's like in Australia, it's 40% of your food doesn't leave the farm because it doesn't meet the standards of beauty, not any other standards. And there we were with Angelo, and he has like what, 3 tons is on that thing?
Yeah, about 3 tons
of oranges that just the skin is not beautiful, so that's it. No selling. And it's amazing because it's no really selling. And when we see like his neighbor has to sell his farm already, and he can't sell it because the skin is ugly. So that's why he said, okay, give it to your clients. Perhaps they want to buy my ugly fruit, you know.
And then on the other side of the coin, you have people telling me they can't afford a hamper this week. They're down on their money and things like that too. So there's a definite gap that needs to be bridged there, where people should be able to get access to food. You know, that's a basic right.
Okay, so we have a plantation of about 100 hazelnut trees here that we've bred and bought, mostly bred it ourselves. There's an older section here, but there's some new ones in it, different varieties. Wanless Pride is one of our main ones, and Barcelona is the other sort, and we have pollinators for both of those. They need pollinators. They need the winter chill. Over the winter, they've got to have something like 400 hours below 10 degrees.
So Aaron, you were born on this farm, were you?
Yeah, this is the farm I was born on and spent the first 4 years of my life.
One of our pet chooks. She's a beautiful girl. Lovely soft feathers. She's hand raised from an egg.
You're missing out, sweetie.
Go on. So we were working with neighbours who have a farm gate sales for walnuts and chestnuts, and they sold a lot of our our hazelnuts there as well, and it was good for them because they brought in customers, and it was good for us because we were able to move our nuts on.
Are you that hungry that you can't let the chooks have a kiwi fruit? You had to steal their kiwi fruit.
Joanna, you've got to feed Aaron, he's hungry.
You know a farm's bountiful when they're feeding the chickens perfectly good kiwi fruits.
So Aaron just picked this up out of the chook scraps and he's hoeing into it. Here we are at Remini Farm.
Remini Farm in
Currajong Hills.
Yes, and this is 60 acres of agricultural land that backs onto the Blue Mountains. I run cattle, 20 head of belted Galloways and 20 Dorper sheep, which are particularly stupid but very tasty animal. I have alpacas and chickens and geese, and I also run farm stays in the old 1860s cottage, which really is an educational process because many people who come out here are from the inner city and they have no idea or little knowledge of how vegetables are grown or how long it takes to grow a vegetable or what's involved in growing a vegetable.
Okay, well, this is the Hawkesbury Earth Care Centre. It's run by two organisations, the ATA and Henry Doubleday. So it's basically about sustainability and engaging with the community to, I guess, develop the skills and understanding to be more sustainable and have a smaller footprint in terms of all things, but certainly in food production. It's a place where the community can come here and gather and share ideas and experiences. In many cases, share product as well, or produce. We feed into the Harvest Hampers too, with their food. In here, the worms are already working in there, and indeed they produce castings, and they produce this stuff, juice, which not only has nutrients which are a lot more readily available, but also it has billions of microorganisms that convert soils into productive ecosystems that vegetables and other plants really like.
What do you got there, fellas?
Avocados. So this tree's quite old now, it hasn't yielded for years, but this is an avocado growing in Richmond. So if you pick your microclimate in the right place, you can grow avocados here. So the range of food increases too. Okay, what we're doing here, and I think what is possible is basically you can turn anything that's ever lived, like, you know, cardboard boxes, sticks, leaves, old fruit, anything, you know, like that. You can basically layer them into systems and turn them into compost. This is what we call the lasagna method, so it's a lazy method. We just put layers through of different things. You get green, brown, and a source of nitrogen, like manures. What I was going to say was that you can turn stuff like this, which is a waste product and causes a problem for a lot of people, into this stuff over here. So within 6 months you can turn that into this. Now you can see there's still bits of stick in there, which of course, but you can sieve this if you like. But this is compost, which is the ultimate fertiliser. So it's very high in what they call humus, which holds moisture, it holds nutrients, and makes it available to plants when the plants want it. But this stuff is free, and it's quite easy, natural processes. But really what's most valuable in here is the microbes. So you can, in a little volume of soil like this, or compost, you can have 300,000 species of bacteria and 20 to 30,000 species of fungus. And they're the primary decomposers.
Well, so this is what it all comes down to, really. Compare this to soils in a monocrop, and you can see that it's fertile enough to supply a lot of food and grow a lot of plants.